Okay, so this is how you start to make a logo in Autodesk Maya. You go over here to this tool right here, which is our type tool, or you can also go to create type. And right here, we can put in whatever we want to say, all right? So I can make this say, let's say cut, all right? Now that's lowercase right now. If I capital C, uppercase, so it mimics what you put right here. Also, we can go over here and change the type that we do, all right? So I've gone on to a site, let me bring it up. Where's this at? All right, so it's called DAFONC, the font. And we can also go here and get ourselves some type too. So let's say I like this cotton butter, right? I can click on download, open it up. This is PC, but it should be like similar to the Mac. Click on this and it says, all right, you can install this font. Yeah, I want to install it. So click on install. And remember, it's called cotton butter. Sometimes these work, sometimes these don't. But if I now go over here, I might have to restart, but let's see. We type in. Let's just go here and look and see if we have it. It might update, maybe not. So is cotton butter in there? Looks like it isn't. So I'll just open up a new Maya. So we close this one just so I know, right? So yeah, so while that's loading up, let's go over here and let's look what we have. So type, and we put it on whatever kind of type we like. So let's say I like this. Let me see if cotton butter is loaded. Okay, so this is the new one. Let's go to text and let's see if cotton butter is in there. Oh, I did. Yeah. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Because I've gotten a lot of fonts from this site. So I'm not sure exactly what makes one work over the other, but it does happen sometimes. Anyway, the cool thing is you can see what's here. So you don't have to, so you know what you're making basically. So let's just get me something kind of block-like for this. All right. So for this one, I'm just going to type, let's say cut. Even with the, that's the way it comes out. There's no other lowercase and uppercase. Some fonts have that too. Regular, italic, not exactly sure. I don't really go here too much, but the font size controls the scale of the font. Tracking controls how close the letters are to each other. So right now it's going -10. If I did -20, it should intersect. And if I type in like 30, it should spread out, you know? So if that pretty useful. This does the same thing basically. It's almost like a scale pivots here and it's scaling out. Leading scale. Actually, this is just like Illustrator. I just kind of come in here and I slide them around. Sometimes I forget what certain values do, and I just got to jog my memory. So yeah, it's cool, right? So we have our, let's get a different font actually. And we'll mess with these. Okay. So we have our curve resolution. So as you can see, this is like segments on a sphere or something. The more segments, the smoother the font is going to be. The less, the more choppy it's going to be. So you see how this is kind of cut right here, chiseled, and then this smooths it out. So it's the same thing as, like I said, sphere with low amount of divisions. All right. Like I said, I get in and go on this. All right, so the extrude, controls extrude, and this is like, I believe, the profile for the extrude. Yeah, so what this means is that it's looking at it like this, and it's saying that this is how the extrude profile is going to be. So if it's like this, as you can see, it's going in from like the first letter to the end. And I believe we can go in here and also manipulate it ourselves. So it can look like this, chiseled down, and we can also grab these handles and manipulate it ourselves. So that combined with extrude can give you some different looking effects. And then this is like segments on the 3D. So the more of these, the smoother that curve is going to look. Like I said, we have all these different profiles that we can play with. So like something, let's stick to it. And we have our bevel profile. Let me get something normal. Yeah, so we have this inner bevel, outer bevel. You can see it's kind of puffing it out. And then we also have a profile for this as well. So look at these right here with the stairs. You can see what it's doing. It's beveling this front and stair stepping them. So it looks like that on the front and the back. And then we have our resolution, which controls how smooth this is going to end up being. We have our offset. Yeah, we have some pretty cool controls here. Now, like I said, we already have this one. So we'll just do this. We'll click on this. We have our move tool, whatever. And let me make a, well, first thing I'm going to do is duplicate it because I like this font. I want to, and I like the profile I've made. So everything else, I want it to look like this. So I'll just control D, sorry, wrong program for a second. Now I have this. Actually, I thought I could save the style. So let me see. If I go here and I go to presets, yeah, so let's do this. And let's name this cut style, right? So I'll name that cut style and save this preset. So now when I click back on here and I'm gonna go to presets, cut style, replace, now it gives me, it's not saving everything like. So in this case, this is what we'll do. So it's all right. Let's go here and I'll do cut, go on this and go and I should be able to move this just like I would regularly. Okay. So we cut and then last one will be check. All right. Let's see if they have exclamation point. No, they don't. So we might have to make that, which is fine. So we have this and we can kind of arrange it how we like. So let's say I like this. I think it's amazing. I just want to make sure I have everything looking right. And I can also go into this view right here and just look at it like Photoshop or something. Okay, great. Say I like it. I'm just gonna Control D just to keep one. And H and hide it. So now I want to just apply a shader on this render. But I also like to animate it in as well. But let's give it a little setup, just something simple. I'll get myself a cube, scale it out. This will just be like a little backdrop. Let me go to this. Actually, this doesn't matter so much how far away it is. I'm gonna make another one. Actually, I'll go here, go to my knife tool. So I can go to my knife tool, I can cut this, or I can just add another piece. Let's go here, do Control E. Yeah, or I could do this like a kitchen wall, and just have something I can move. Go in here, I'll grab all these points. Okay, so now let me set up my camera. Okay, so still have our options. Let's say I just want it to be not bigger, but thicker. Sorry for getting the extrude. This is it. Okay, perfect. So all I do is want to put it against the wall. Maybe I'll down here, and then I'll get myself a plane, scale it out. So this is just gonna be my floor. And we'll set up a camera. Maybe let's have this like they're like huge letters, you know, and we're like looking up at it. Cool. So I like this view. I'll do view, create camera from view, select it right here, name it undercam V1, and then I'll select it again, and then I'll lock it so I can't mess it up. Now let me go over here. See our camera. Cool. So let's say I really like this and it's done, but let's just test the lighting first. So we're just gonna do what we do before, go to Arnold, go to area light, get ourselves a big light. Go to our, let's give it a material. So select it. Now go to assign new material, Arnold, standard surface. Letter, face, letter, right? Only reason I named it this because I could name it something else. I mean, I could add on another shader. I'll show you what I'm talking about in a minute. So I'll select both of these and I'll do a right click, assign new material, Arnold, standard surface shader. Wall shader. Let's name this wall shader. A little bit brighter. Go to Arnold, go to render. See what we have, right? So nothing's there. Remember what I said? Turn up the light at 25 to make sure you see it's on. Then we'll go to 15. Okay, it's showing up. Let's get inside of our camera. Let's just take it down a bit. Now we can select our shader inside of this and it'll go to it. Now, right now, this, let's say we have this and we like our letters and they're solid, like we don't want to mess with them anymore. So what we can do is go to our delete history. So now these letters can't be edited anymore in that window with the fonts and all the other stuff. They're solidified. There's no going back, right? So now we can go to let's just go to this color. Let's make them a little bit reddish. And also what we can do is we can go over here and say, you know what? Let's make them have this kind of color. So what that did is when I went to blood, this is more for like actual blood, you know, looking simulations or something where you have some water or liquid or something like that. So that's why it looks like this, which is a little bit weird, but we can mess with it from here. So we can go in here and change the color if we want, make it, oh no, that's not where the color is. It's in the subsurface. So if I go here and I click on this green, that's got a green look, but I also kind of want to match this one. So let's select the wall shader. So I'm selecting this, which is giving us the wall. See it as the wall, and we'll just delete the history too. I'm gonna click on this and we'll decide what kind of color we want to make this. So let's say I want to go to this pink color, but then I want to make it lighter. Okay, I like that pink and that green, right? Whoa. But also I can do the same thing. I can go here and say, no, I want this to look a little different. I can go to car paint, let's say, and I get a more reflective look. See how it's reflecting our light. But also, we also want to make some adjustments for this light. So one thing I'm gonna do is I'll hide this right now And I'll do another kind of light where I'll go to, where's that, lights and physical sky. All right, so this gives me a sky dome, and if I click on this, this is like sky settings. Let's see what it looks like in the render first. So if we go here, click on our sky, add physical sky. So we can go to elevation. So it's like the sun in the middle of the day, it rises its highest. So this is like lunchtime kind of thing. We're on 12, and we can see the shadow, how it's showing up. Let's go over here and let's turn this up. Exposure. So this is like the brightness of the sun. And to get to the other part, we just click over here and we go to elevation. So it's like early morning. It's supposed to work off of time. So it's like early morning and then you go into the evening. So what I like to do is get it somewhere where the shadow looks cool. And we see the shadow also turning. We move our azimuth. So this in elevation will give you where your shadows are going to be. And actually we can move this intensity, which was, I think it was 1. Let's just go back here and change this to 0. Just to see what it's doing. So this is how we're going to change our sun intensity. Then there's sun size. So the larger it is, kind of diffuses it a little bit. But it's actual sun in here that gets larger when we mess with this. So I forgot what it was. Let me take it back to go to the original sun size. So now we have like natural lighting, I guess, for the daytime. So we can also go back here into our dome and make it a little bit lighter if we like. And then all this is just adjusting it with the shader. So I click on this. Like I said, we can go over here and give it all types of materials. So now it's got like a water type material. It's a little bit harder to see, so I don't suggest that for this. Let's try honey. So what we have here is like some nice highlights, which we can see a little bit more if we turn on this area light. So let's click on it, press H. Now I'm seeing a little bit more of that highlight. So this is with the area light on, this is with it off, see? So just our sky, and we're adding in this light. Now when it comes to this light, if we don't want to see it, we can just click on it, go over here to illuminates by default. That's right. I'll have to investigate that. There's a way you don't need to see it. But one way we can get rid of that is we click on this and we can kind of make this wall a little rougher. So let's go to the roughness. Actually, I'm not sure what shader I put on this. I'll have to look at how to do that. Maybe it's just because of the placement. So if I took this, let's say, raise it up a little bit, turned it. Move over here, push it in. So it's a little better. I don't know. So basically we're gonna set this up and now we can animate it in. So I can take this and let me just break this up. So I'll right click and I'll do, what is it? Go to faces, double click, shift, double click. Let me just click on this to get it back in this mode. So I'll do shift right click and I'll do, did I extract? Oh yeah, extract faces. All right, so it did work. Thought I didn't see it for a second. So now this is its own thing. So I'll just select this. And as we can see, if we open up this, all these are here. So this is just one service and these are these three letters. So I'll just select this and do Control G and I'll name this cut group. Select this right here. Go to faces, double click, shift right click, extract faces. Open this up again. So I'll just select these. 1, 2, 3. Control G. Let's name it V group. So V group, cut group, and then this right here is check. Check group. And I'll take this, I'll middle mouse click, and I'll bring this out of the stack. So that's check is something. Middle mouse button, cut is something. And then D is something. Not even put this in the middle. So these things, you know, and I can drag them. Oh, wait, let me select all of them. I can like do something like drag them down here so they're below everything. So, and also put cut on the top. Usually I like my light to the bottom, but just showing you can put this wherever you want. This right here is the wall. So, okay, cool. So I have this right here, cut, and then check. All right. So let's say I want to make an animation and I want to make it 2 seconds long. So it's 24 frames per second. So that's 24 is 48. But let's yeah, so 48 really is 2 seconds. Let's put on 60 just because. All right. Let's just say 50 for this. So I'll click on this check. And this is the place I want it to be. So I'll click on it and I'll press the letter S. What S did is it set a keyframe. Actually,